is Govs Radio.
Govs Radio.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It's Monday. It is April 13th.
April 13th.
It's Monday, April 13th. It is the Knockem Comedy Radio Show coming at you live on govsradio.com from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club here in Levittown, New York. Govsradio.com on your Facebook, on your YouTube, on your Apple TV, on your smart TV, on your Roku, on your Fire Stick. Find us on the Boxcast app on your smart devices, and that's where you'll find us, or on your social media and our
Stuff.
website. It is a Monday. It is raining. It is ugly. It is yucky.
It's raining sideways.
Trees are falling down.
We were, on the Wantagh Parkway, there was a tree down with only one lane, and I was thinking, wow, this is the week for that, because can you even imagine?
What does that mean? It's the week for that.
Well, if a tree is going to fall, let it be this week when there's only 3 cars on the road anyway.
True. Good point. Hello, Joan. Hello, Felix. Hello, Lou. Hello, Felix.
We were walking in here, and the rain it's sideways. It was like I had to just block my ear. The rain was getting in my ear as I was walking in here.
Because things aren't bad enough. So now we need torrential rain and 70-mile-an-hour winds.
Places have had tornadoes.
Crazy. Good morning, Knickers.
They've had hail the size of golf balls, frogs falling from the sky.
It's over. So Mother Nature's just unleashing whatever she has in stock.
Getting it over with.
Getting her stock emptied. It's craziness. Hope everybody had a good Easter, I hope.
It was a weird Easter.
I'm assuming most people did next to nothing, since we're not allowed to go anywhere. Hello, Frank. Hello, Carol. Tom called us Knickers.
This is how much we've been eating. I was just about to say to you, yeah, but you watched Tom and Jerry with the Sams, and it almost came out, you watched Ben and Jerry. That's how bad it is, folks.
Yeah. It's raining upside down, says Tom Galati. Mandy is watching. Hello, Mandy Blumenthal. Wait, you're on TV. Sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah, it does sound vaguely familiar, doesn't it, Ken? God, can't wait for things to get back to normal. And I know, you have your people out there saying, well, at least you're not going off to war and all those things. But, man, this still sucks.
Who played? Remember the Ten Commandments? Who played? Was it Yul Brenner? Brenner? Is that how you say it? I saw a picture of him and his like get up, and he's like frowning. He's like, "You people are complaining about just one plague."
Yeah, right. But yeah, it's still Billy Crystal does a great bit on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? Like he just talks about all the plagues and stuff.
Well, when he did stand up, no, he talked about made fun of Yul Brynner being in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Danielle Asher. Hello, Tina Canditon.
How was everyone's Easter? Like, what'd you do? What was the same? What was different? What was weird?
I had fun watching Tom and Jerry cartoons. I haven't watched Tom and Jerry in years, but my daughter and I liked it. Sam, your guy complained that it was annoying.
Like what? Like
because it
was stressful. He gets stressed out of like people, even cartoons getting hit. Is that what he meant?
No, we were watching compilations, and so they weren't showing one complete episode. We were watching compilations, and he didn't like that.
Oh, too bad.
John Faraka, were you walking sideways?
No, definitely was not walking sideways.
It doesn't matter which way I walk because I'm getting hit no matter what. There's no walking in between raindrops for me.
Yeah, but seriously, like I had to walk in this place, like holding my ear because the rain was just like flooding me. I was like drowning walking. Captain
Jack is watching. Hello, Captain Jack. What do you think Captain Jack is doing upstate to kill the time?
Petting Cooper, his dog.
Well, that's not what I meant, but we'll take it. Hello, Joey Cola. Hello, Larry. We love you, says Captain Jack.
I love you too.
Aw. So yeah, I enjoyed watching Tom and Jerry cartoons for Easter, and then we watched some Little Rascals as well. And we watched the very first episode that Spanky was on. It's just called Spanky. That's the name of the episode. So if you're looking for something fun to do on this rainy, yucky day, after we're done, of course, check out the Little Rascals. Go to YouTube and just type in Little Rascals and then just the episode Spanky. It's hilarious. It's when he's trying to kill the bug. So, and he's like 2 years old or something. I mean, he's just such a little kid.
So cute. Yeah, I was reading the other day that he started at 3 years old or something.
Well,
so
was
this before that or 3? What a cute kid. I made vegetarian stuffing yesterday, which I have this stuffing recipe from my dad that I've been making since I was like 18. And but it's got like, beef broth or, whatever in it. So I made it vegetarian this year.
So how's it vegetarian
really
if there's beef broth? Beef broth.
Beef broth.
How's it vegetarian?
No, that's what I mean. Like that's the recipe. So I made it with like vegetable broth and
you replaced the beef broth with.
Yeah, and it came out really good. Like Cindy was even saying she liked it more. So
wow.
Yeah, I was excited about it.
Wow.
What else did you guys do? Like anything? Tell us. Call in. Tell us how your day was. If it was weird or not.
Yeah, we saw a lot of people just walking the streets.
I'm sure. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it seems like most people, unfortunately, couldn't do much of anything, which stinks. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, you probably don't even really feel like celebrating much. But
I don't think grandparents are going nuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not seeing their grandkids.
We also finished Hunters on Amazon. I guess we should wait a little bit. I don't know if people are still watching, still catching up on it. It's been out for like a month and a half. I guess we'll wait a little bit. The ending was a little disappointing, but still overall a fantastic show.
Yeah, I loved it. In fact, I'm watching it again.
Carla's watching. Hello, Jessica. John Faraka. He misses Tom and Jerry. He misses the Bowery Boys. Wow, the Bowery Boys. I haven't watched those guys in ages.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
You've never seen the Bowery Boys?
I don't think so.
I'm sure it's all on YouTube.
Tom said vegetarian stuffing. Why would you torture yourself like that? Well, I put in like the breadcrumbs, like seasoned breadcrumbs, apples, onions, celery, vegetable broth. I think that's it. Is that it?
Oh, you're asking me? Hello, Gina Conjemi Coffin.
That might be it. But yeah, it came out really good.
Derek is watching. Hi, Derek. Derek, you still doing the videos? Derek, you can catch Derek live. Every day he goes live making balloons. We've been running our quarantine life, which has been fun. Yesterday, Bonnie Scalisi did it. The day before and the day before that, we had Graz and his crew, Bobby Inns and Mike O'Toole and Rich Zarilli. We hope Rich is feeling better. Rich actually has the corona, but he's still been showing up on Graz's show through the Zoom. Made lamb, rice, and spinach, says Jack.
Captain Jack.
Tom Galati, we did some Easter drive-by. Saw a lot of people visiting outside in front of each other's houses. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's nice. You know, we probably should have done that. Yeah, that's cool to do that for especially the grandparents.
David Mercado is watching. Hello there, David. Hope you're jamming on that guitar. Quarantine life. Yeah, today we're supposed to have Steve Kaminsky from Steve Squared. Steve Squared is on tonight on govsradio.com, but Steve may not be able to do Quarantine Life today if he you gotta let him know. We need to know we need to know by noon.
That's what he asked. He said, "What's the latest you need to know?"
Oh, you told him?
No, I didn't tell him noon. But that's what he said.
Oh, all right.
All right.
If it's not going to be Steve, I'm going to jump in.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'll jump in if Steve can't do it. Carol Miner, we watched Anthony's special for Easter evening. Needed the laughs. Anthony Rodia, Goomba Johnny, Tara Canastraci, they filmed a special right here in this building last Wednesday, which is good because that's the day we weren't here. And they didn't come in this room, so they didn't spread their germs on us. But they filmed a special Wednesday. It was all edited and put together and available as of Saturday night. You got to go to Vimeo and just type in Rodia Comedy and you'll find it. It's the quarantine special. It's $20 to see it. But partial proceeds are going to Bethany Frankel's Be Strong Foundation.
Okay.
Be Well, Be Strong. I think it's Be Strong.
Be Strong.
So it's going to a good cause. So check it out. Anthony, it's hilarious. He put together his act specifically for this special, so it doesn't, so if you see it, it's not like you're going to see the same act if you have tickets to see him over the summer or something. So that'll be fun. Did a Zoom chat with the SFTA guys.
What would FTA stand for?
Shut. Songs from the Attic Guys. Oh, you did a Zoom chat with Song from the Attic Guys? Video chatted with my mom. Texted with our kids. A New Day, Pazuzu, Gov's Quarantine, Netflix. Wow, Ken Pichelle did a lot of watching. We watched church on TV yesterday. It was only slightly less boring that way. My goodness. And a New Day yesterday. They did a little Easter service here on GovsRadio.com yesterday. So there's cool stuff going on. And Steve Square does return tonight, and Jam returns tonight to Govs Radio. Jam has not been on. Well, so
he's going to go through Govs Radio today?
That's what he said.
Wow.
Joe's been posting his own, playing live on his own personal page, but tonight, returning to Govs Radio. Yay. So looking forward to that. Very happy about that. We love Joe. We love that show.
Tim?
What's that? Oh, Tim Siliani's watching. He was yelling at everybody on Facebook this weekend.
Oh, was he?
He's always yelling at somebody, that guy. All right, so the latest with the virus, right? There's there's been some rumblings that there could be some reopenings and some normalcy coming back, at least in May, sometime in May. Although most people are doubting it, but there are, the government is starting to kind of put some feelers out there.
Yeah, I was going to say, says who?
Although New York City schools,
according to Cuomo, it's not true at all.
Well, right. Hey, Lou Vaccarelli is watching. Lou, I saw you were watching the other day too. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you're feeling well. Say hi to Donna Drake for us. We love Donna. We talk about Donna a lot here.
Yeah, because we have 500,000 people infected and 22,000 have died.
Yes, but the numbers are still, new cases are still, they're not. It's still declining. It's not that new cases aren't coming up as fast. In fact, Governor Cuomo here in New York, he actually returned some ventilators this weekend.
Oh, really?
That's what I read.
Huh. All right.
New York City schools have closed. It's official. They're closed for the rest of the school year.
Oh, is
They're
that
returning
true?
in September. Yep.
Cuomo did that?
No, that's New York City.
Yeah, but there's a big fight. You probably don't know.
Fill me in.
Well, the mayor and the governor are arguing about this. So
Is that your whole story?
yeah, that's it. But it's not. I
Well,
mean,
as of when?
all since like Thursday or something, they've been arguing about it.
I believe the official statement came in on Friday because I believe I read it after our show on Friday. Otherwise, I would have. Actually, I take that back. I think I heard it Saturday. I think they announced it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
The announcement definitely came.
Because Cuomo was like, "Thanks for sharing, but we're taking it week by week, and I'll let you people know." Like after the mayor made the announcement.
Oh.
So I don't know. I didn't want to put that news out there in case it really wasn't true.
John Faraka, we get this every single show, apparently. Why aren't we 6 feet apart? Because
we're a couple.
We're a couple, and I'm with Sallie all the time, so we've already infected each other. Not today, but we infect each other regularly. What's up from...
Oh, Rick wants to call in. Yeah, call in if you feel like it, Rick.
Rick Beck? Oh, there he is.
Is the phone up?
Yeah.
Look, okay. Yeah, call in, see what movies you're watching and stuff. And yeah, and I do want to like come up with a date where we can talk about like hunters, because...
I think we should give it a little bit more time.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Greg is watching from Jamesburg, New Jersey. Thanks for tuning in, pal. Nice to see you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you guys are staying sane, staying healthy, staying safe. So, yeah, we mentioned Anthony doing his live special. Have you guys been, I mean, what else is there to do but watch TV or watch your computer? Same thing, basically, at this point. You guys been enjoying the liveness? There's been a lot of live specials coming through. Mike Del Judas has been doing it practically like every other day, it seems like. He's been doing his live from the Port series.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Joe DeJesus, like Channel 12, which is the local state news station here on Long Island in New York. They put together a concert series where they're, streaming a live concert. I think it's once a week. Our own Joe DeJesus did one the other day. Hello, Rick Beck. You're live on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. How are you, buddy?
What's going on, Tony? How
What do
you
you
guys
say
doing?
there,
Hey,
Richard?
Sallie?
Miss you, Rick.
Yes. Oh my God, I miss you guys. What's happening?
What are you doing to stay sane and safe and happy?
I am trying not to watch TV and movies every second
come
that I'm
on.
home, but it's very hard.
Yeah, what else is there to do?
Yeah, what else is there to do?
I do a workout video in the morning, and that keeps me a little sane. I do that for about an hour. It's called Insanity. You ever see that?
Nope.
It's ridiculous. I don't do half the things they do in the video itself. They do.
that's cheating.
He's like, drop and give me 70 push-ups in 10 seconds. I'm like, I'll do 10.
This is when I'm going to go get another cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
That's unacceptable. There's no reason why you can't do that.
Being a video editor, I can work from home, so I'm very lucky. Because, I mean, it sucks for the people that either have to go in or just can't work.
So you're happy to be
ridiculous.
working, or are you one of those, saying, well, no, everybody else is off. Why can't I be off?
No, I'm happy that I didn't get fired, because I thought at first maybe my job is a little superfluous and they'll let me go, but they're keeping me on, so I'm just gonna be grateful and leave it at that.
Very nice.
And I have a computer at home that works fine, so I'm all good, and I get to relax after. I watched a couple of movies that Eric recommended for me. Actually, I had never seen Fletch with Chevy Chase.
Oh,
Of course,
yeah, you have
yeah.
to see that. That was a good
I
recommendation.
thought it was great, and I actually don't really like Chevy Chase normally. I kind of find him a little annoying. But I don't know. That's just me. I've only seen him in Vacation and maybe a couple of other things.
He doesn't annoy me. I don't know what it is. Like, because I'm not a big fan of the whole slapstick stuff, but I really like him.
Yeah, I guess I feel like he's just kind of smug. So I don't know.
But that's
maybe I just haven't seen good Chevy Chase movies, because this was good. I really liked Fletch.
What's the one with Goldie Hawn and Dudley Moore? That's a good one.
Oh, I don't know.
Dudley Moore's in there? Really?
Arthur Dudley Moore?
What'd you say?
Is that the guy from Arthur?
Right.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the guy who made Arthur, yeah, but
Okay.
Before that, I'm sure someone will
I
chime
thought that
in.
was Davy Jones.
You thought that was Davy Jones.
Kidding.
Oh.
Davy
This is
Jones,
racist
like
against all British,
the
short
singer,
British
The
people.
Monkeys.
the monkey.
What
One
else have you
Marsha
watched?
Brady was in love with.
Yep.
What else have you watched, Rick?
So I got Boogie Nights. That was another one that Eric recommended. I think that's from the late 90s. I think it was
correct, yeah.
one of Mark Wahlberg's first movies. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was going to be a goofy comedy like Fletch, but I put it in and it was not. It was very dark.
Yeah.
It was funny, but because it's about the porn industry in the 70s. Big shock that was what Eric said I have to watch. He just
well, I think you figured out why.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was really good, though. I'm kind of surprised I hadn't seen it, and I'm kind of surprised that people don't talk about it more, because it was very good.
Oh, it was great.
I think it won some awards, right?
It did? Okay. Maybe it just, passed my radar, because I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, you were young.
One of Burt Reynolds' best performances, I thought.
Yeah, he was really good.
I didn't like the ending. I didn't like how they all
came very happy.
Yeah, it was like this happy ever after ending. I didn't like that. It
felt a little too pat. It felt a little too clean.
Yeah,
considering
a lot
the
of
movie
the
right
70s.
before it. What's his name? Don Cheadle did a great scene where he's in a gas station and it gets robbed, or a bakery or something.
Shop,
it gets robbed, and the guy with the gun and the teller both get shot and killed, like at the same time, and the money's on the ground, and he just picks it up and runs. And I'm like, oh, this is going to have, like, negative consequences. He's going to get, like, there's a camera probably, and he's going to go to jail. But no, he just ends up getting his store, and he's fine. Well, very happy.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing with that, though, is, that was probably, early 80s at the latest? Yeah. So there might not have been a camera in there,
That's true. I just thought it was setting that was setting him up for his happy ending. I didn't really realize that's what was happening.
Yeah. A lot of I don't think they would have bounced back like they did. I think they would have died.
Really interesting though that it really tracks the whole movement from film to video when it comes to not just porn, but the whole TV and film industry started to focus on making things faster and cheaper.
Right.
So you lose a lot of, you can look at Blu-rays and high-definition video from the 60s and 70s, and it looks gorgeous. And then you look at, sitcoms from the 80s and 90s, and they look like shit because they were all shot on this low-grade, VHS, tape. So it's just really interesting. I thought the movie was very good.
Yeah.
It was the singing in the rain of porn movies. You're tracking the industry change.
That's one way to put it.
I was just looking at the cast. The cast is amazing.
Yeah, it's a great cast.
Yeah, oh my God,
I thought
so
Catherine O'Hara, who's...
was she in that, Catherine O'Hara?
No.
Who played William H. Macy's wife?
Oh, right. No, that wasn't her, but I don't know.
She's
she was
a porn
good,
star.
though.
No.
Yeah, she's a porn star.
Is she?
Oh, was she really?
Yeah, what the hell's her name? Because she's the one that's banging everybody throughout the movie.
She's naked in her 3 scenes.
I can see her face.
She's having sex in all 3 scenes.
We just talked about this recently on
For
the show.
some reason,
here.
I thought it was remember, yeah, all right, I totally got the wrong person, because it makes sense that it would be a porn star. I thought it was another actress. But
yeah, there were probably a few porn stars in that movie.
And it got a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's awesome.
Have you seen
I think
Hunters?
It deserves that. Okay, so I checked out a newer movie, Us. That's the new horror movie from Jordan Peele. It was a movie where
there's body doubles.
Lupita, I can never remember her last name. Lupita Nyong or something. She's from 12 Years a Slave. She plays this mother, and they go to the beach, her family, and they run into an exact duplicate of themselves.
Yeah, I remember the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good, very creepy. And Jordan Peele comes from comedy. He was on Mad TV and Key and Peele. I don't know if you ever watched that show on Comedy Central.
Yeah, of course.
But really funny stuff. So he always injects a little humor into his movies, even these newer horror movies like Get Out. I really liked Us. I thought it was excellent.
Really?
Very creepy, and the main actress, Lupita, man, I really wish I could pronounce her last name. Nyong'o? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
You're racist.
Sorry.
Wait a minute, I'm looking this up right now.
Nina Hartley was the...
Damn, it doesn't
Nina
help.
Hartley,
Nyong'o. I'm just going to call her
Felix got
Nyong'o.
it.
Of course.
Oh, that's the porn star?
Yes.
Okay. Thank God. Now we all know.
Felix didn't have to look it up.
So yeah, check out Us. It's on HBO right now. I thought it was excellent. Probably one of the better horror movies I've seen in the past couple years.
Wow.
Like, much better. Like, it had a similar tone to the best parts of the It movies, the new ones, except it didn't have the, I don't know, kind of crappy pacing. Did you guys see It too?
I hated the original, so I had no desire to see this remake.
I actually really liked the first one that they did about 2 years ago. I thought it was pretty good. But the second one really dropped the ball. It was a complete mess, and it was way too long. It was 3 hours.
Oh my God.
There's no reason to have that movie be 3 hours. They do so much recapping. They recap the first movie so much that you actually don't need to see it, which you should never do in a sequel.
That's
in this day and age, you don't need to recap the first movie at all. I mean, that's why the Avengers movies are so successful, because everyone can keep watching the originals so easily, and you just come and see the new one like it's a new episode of something.
Right.
But for some reason, the people making It too thought, we don't want to lose the audience if they don't know who these people are, so let's show entire scenes like from the first movie. It was so stupid. Anyway, Us is good. It's a very good modern horror, and Jordan Peele loves The Twilight Zone. So this is definitely kind of in line with that.
Well,
like a modern
he's
Twilight
hosting the
Zone
new version,
episode.
right?
What's that? Yeah, he is. I haven't seen any of it.
Oh, is it out
because
already?
It's on. It came out I think in the fall, and I don't. It's on that CBS All Access thing that they have Star Trek on. I'm not paying for that. It's so stupid. The amount of streaming services that they want you to start paying for is getting ridiculous. So. Not doing it. I will wait until they put it on Netflix or something.
Well, all right, speaking of Jordan Peele, he's the executive producer of Hunters on Amazon. Have you seen that yet?
Oh, I have not. I've heard good things, though.
Yeah,
I've heard it's really crazy.
It's crazy. It's a little dark, but it's one of the best things I've seen in a very long time. And Pacino,
he's perfect.
I haven't seen him this good in years.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, but
my sister and brother told me I have to watch it. So.
All right, well, I'm curious to hear what you have to say about it, because we thought the show was fantastic, but we didn't like the ending. So I'm very curious to hear what an expert like yourself has to say about it.
Interesting.
I liked it more than you did.
Out of TV shows, I've been watching Better Call Saul, and
nice.
I think this is my favorite season so far.
I've heard.
I think it's excellent. I just watched. Did you see the newer one?
Yeah.
From last week, where he
yes.
has to walk through the desert.
Where he was drinking his own pee. Ugh.
Yes. That was such a great episode. I mean, they've all been great. I think this season.
Anything with
but
Mike
it keeps getting better. Yeah.
It reminded me of The Sopranos when Paulie and Christopher were stuck in the snow.
Okay.
You remember? Oh, did you watch
I
Sopranos?
never watched all of The Sopranos. That'll be one of the ones. Yeah, that'll be one of the shows I try to watch this quarantine.
Hunters and The Sopranos. Get on it.
All right, writing it on my very, very long list of TV shows. It's going to go right under Westworld. Everyone's telling me to watch Westworld.
It's like, what, 7 or 8 seasons?
Well, The Sopranos are 6.5, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
all right.
That's 6.5. Like Breaking Bad had half seasons after a while.
Yep, Sopranos did the same thing.
And then in terms of other new movies I'd never seen, I watched Dirty Harry this week. First time, if you can believe
You're doing
that.
all the old movies that you were 5 when they came out?
Yeah, well, I wasn't even born when Dirty Harry came out.
When it came out?
Yeah. I really haven't seen a lot of Clint Eastwood's movies. I need to really go back and watch a lot of his stuff, like the spaghetti westerns. I've never seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Yeah, I'm really slacking on my classics. So Dirty Harry's on Netflix. I thought it was really brutal. I wasn't really expecting how I guess
violent?
Intense is not the right word, but there's just a lot of imagery I feel like you don't see it in movies nowadays so much. Like, there's a little bit of censoring going on in newer movies with violence. Like, they cut away to things, or you may not see, like, a dead body for too long, but in this movie, they really, I mean, they just kind of show things. I was pretty surprised. And there's a lot of like rape talk, and the bad guy in that movie was really good. I thought the actor was excellent. Very creepy.
I don't remember who it was.
I don't remember it. Yeah,
But I do remember at the time. Yeah, there was a little brouhaha at the time about the content and the scenes. Yeah, that was.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I think it was 1973 or something. So this
wasn't
is
that early? Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they made
They made a bunch of them.
4 sequels.
Yeah.
And of course, they don't call them Dirty Harry 2 or anything. They all have completely different titles. So
so you don't even
it's
know.
a total mess trying to figure out which one comes next. I might continue with the series, but I'm not sure. I did really like the first one though. I find it's nice to see certain like very famous lines in context. His do you feel lucky? Do you punk? Like I finally know what was going on. And what was great is he says it twice. He says it very casually in the beginning to a bank robber, and I'm like, oh, that was the big line, like big deal. Like I don't know,
Yeah,
it was
it's
good,
not
but it
that
wasn't
scene,
great.
right?
Yes, and then at the end he says it to the main guy, and I was like, oh, that's why it's a great line, because he's just been through a crazy fight with him. He's been like chasing him through this construction site, and he's all bloody and like he's like basically about to pass out, and he finally gets this guy who's been killed. He's like a serial killer.
Right.
It was just really good, very good stuff.
All right. Very nice.
And that's all I have to say. I'm keeping sane. I've got tons of stuff. I'm one of those people who can really be. If you put me on a desert island with a piece of paper and a pen, I'd be fine. Just like let me write stuff or let me watch stuff.
All right, good to know, because that's our next show idea that we have here.
Excellent. We should do a murder mystery this way. We should just like Zoom to a party dressed as our characters.
You know, it's funny you ask. We're on a few different websites where you know the general public can type in what the type of entertainment they're looking for and their budget and all these different things. We've gotten a lot of our shows through some of these websites, and one of them just contacted me this morning asking if during this time can we offer our services, you know, online.
Nice.
And I actually had to sit there for a second thinking,
how would that work?
Yeah, how do I make murder mysteries work online like this? And I just after
Should I do
about 10
another
minutes of
thing
trying
in
to think about
Telegram?
it, I canceled no. I clicked no.
I'm sorry, it cannot be done.
Yeah, so I'm hoping once things get back to normal between fundraisers and restaurants just trying to get their name back out there and whatnot, that I'm hoping we're going to be slammed busy. So
yeah,
I got my fingers crossed. So
I hope so too.
All right, so call in next week and let us know what you're watching.
Absolutely. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Rick.
Bye, Rick.
Hang in
Thank
there.
you.
Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Rick Beck, Rick's Movie Picks. He hasn't called in a few weeks, so it's good to hear
he
from
wanted to do old school movies.
Love the Clint Eastwood coffee scene and Sudden Impact. Oh, Sudden Impact. I forgot about that one. Danielle Asher's going to start Saul today. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go back. I saw Felix. Felix says hi to Douglas King, his comedy class alumni.
Yeah, that caught my eye too.
So Congressman King, you and Felix were in that class together? Douglas King never told us he took comedy class, did he?
He did not.
I don't recall him ever telling us that.
I don't remember that.
Wow. Yeah, well, I'd like to hear more about that. And I want to hear what you have to say about Felix from class. Although Felix showed us.
How long ago was that when Felix did it?
2011.
Oh.
And Felix has said he showed me the video of his set. He was good.
He was good. I saw it.
He's got a little stalker issue going on because his whole set was about his cousin Joe. That was his whole set. So there's like a little stalker thing going on there. But, you know, Felix can save that for his therapy session.
Maybe I saw something else because I don't remember that part of it.
Yeah, that's all he talked about was his cousin Joe.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, okay. I just remember him talking about other things.
Nope. Well, I'm sure he did. But a lot of it was about cousin Joe. So we started talking about Governor Cuomo before Rick nicely called. And we'll get back to Governor Cuomo after this phone call. How are things down in Florida, Mr. Staz?
How you doing? Everything's going good. How you guys doing?
How was your Easter? Do you
Not
celebrate
bad.
Easter?
How about you?
It was good. It was good. What'd you guys do?
Actually, nothing. Move furniture again.
So, yeah, but this time you're moving furniture, looking for eggs?
Yeah. Actually, I did the egg hunting.
You actually did egg hunting?
Me and my wife were going egg hunting.
Now, that's something I like to see.
Oh, it was interesting. Then I had my mother-in-law come join me, too.
This sounds like a bad porn.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So do you guys have a big family? Did you guys, zoom in or drive by or anything like that?
I had my mother-in-law like 2 seconds away from me, like 5 feet away from me, in another house.
Oh, okay.
And we went over there. We played cards and all that. We had our dinner, and I came home. And that was it. And then we did our egg hunting.
Is that your flirty talk with your wife? Hey, honey, let's go egg hunting.
Yeah, but I got my mother-in-law there. I mean, come on.
So you guys weren't worried about social distancing? You went to your mother-in-law's?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's right. Like I say, she's like right next door to me, like 2 feet away from me. We're always together, so it doesn't matter. We had the mask on and all that.
So wow, what's that like, having your mother-in-law living right next door?
Good thing my wife is not home right now.
Wow.
Actually, it's not bad. She cooks for me every night.
All right. Bad. All right, there's a plus. And I guess you score some points if you got to, go over there and do a favor for her, like hang.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not a problem, but
all right.
But she's not a mother-in-law from hell, so that's not bad.
Oh, all right. Well, good for you. You're one of the few.
Yeah.
So what do you guys normally do? What would you normally do yesterday on Easter?
Normally I would have been in New York, of course. With my mom and my sister and brother and about 20 of us all together. But
where are you from originally? Brooklyn?
Yesterday we FaceTimed us, so
all right, that's
bad.
Nice. Where are you from originally? Brooklyn, right?
No, Bronx.
Oh, Bronx. Same thing. That's Long Islanders.
Now the funny thing is, my cousin lives right next door to the governor's radio station.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Bucket Lane, I think it's called, if I'm not mistaken.
Bucket Lane.
Where in the front of the building, on the right, you see that gate where you could go into the street.
Okay.
On the side.
Yeah.
Like right there. That's their house right there.
Okay, right by the school.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow. All right, we'll have to wave to him.
And they always go to you guys because it's like right next door. So.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that must be. Yeah, that's nice. Just walk on over to Governor's and have a few laughs.
Yeah,
that's nice.
When things kind of like ease up, let them know to come in. We'll give them some passes.
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
So, what did you guys do for Easter?
We had the kids, so we just had dinner and we watched some Tom and Jerry and we watched The Little Rascals. And we ate dinner, and that was it.
Good.
Yep.
Good for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a nice day.
Good for you.
Sure.
Not bad.
Yep. All right, cool.
We gotta make the best of it.
Yep, that's it exactly. Trying to make the best of it. The weather here has been nuts. We haven't really had a good steady run of sunny, warm days yet. So I'm waiting for that because I think that'll keep everybody's spirits up. Just to have nice weather, so we at least go outside.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
So I'm waiting for that, but
not today.
But yeah, trying to make the best of it.
The funny thing is, my mom has the Ring, and I programmed it in my phone over here, so I see who's going in and out, from over here in Florida. Oh. And I looked at this morning, I was like, wait a minute, it is like raining heavy and windy out there.
Yep, 70-mile-an-hour winds today here in New York.
That's not good.
Yeah, we were saying that when we started the show. We actually saw. Driving up the Wanto Parkway, we saw there was a tree down. They had some of the parkway blocked.
Wow.
So, pray for us. We may not make it home, but we're superheroes. We'll get there.
You'll make it home. You guys will be all right.
Absolutely.
You guys, you know what? You guys look tired. I don't know. Are you guys tired? that's any indication.
I don't know. This is just our faces, Joe.
I mean, you look tired today. I don't know.
I'm sorry. All right. We'll take our uppers tomorrow before the show.
I'll take more coffee.
All right, Joe.
No, I just wanted to pop in and say hello to you guys.
Thanks, Joe.
And be safe out there, huh?
You too, buddy.
All right, take care.
See ya. Joe Staz on the phone from Florida.
Susan said hello. She's watching. Eric,
Susan, the spicy psychic. Well, guess what?
Eric's
Her husband,
lovely wife.
Eric Tartaglione, great comedian, funny guy, just a good guy all around. He's calling in on Thursday.
Oh, nice.
He's calling in on Thursday, so we'll have some laughs with him. Tomorrow, calling in, the one and only David Clark. I mentioned people doing live Facebook shows. David Clark is one of them. He's been doing them, I think it's every Saturday. Him and his lovely wife, Cindy Bradley, the trumpet player. David, you may know, he performs in a Billy Joel tribute band called Songs in the Attic. He also plays with some former Billy Joel band members, Liberty DeVito, Richie Cannata, and Russell Javers. And David plays piano and sings in the Lords of 52nd Street. So, David's calling in tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. Two great guys calling in this week, and I'm going to work on somebody for Friday as well. So that's good stuff. And speaking of David and music, making the news today, a bunch of Long Island musicians got together, and I guess you'd call it. They all, from their own homes, somebody put together this whole thing where they remade "We Are the World," and it's all these different Long Island musicians, horn section and drummers and keyboard players and singers. And it's different Long Island singers taking, a different line of the song, just like the original. A different, person was singing. David Clark is in it. Mike Del Giudice is in it.
Mike Del Giudice officially moved, the traitor.
Well, David Clark, too. Right. That's
yeah,
true.
What the heck,
So
man?
why are they in it?
Yeah.
They shouldn't be in it. Should be former Long Islanders.
They were, like, the better ones, though.
My brother is in it. Some other guys that play in Big Shot with Mike Del Giudice, they're in it. I heard it was on Channel 12 this morning. So I don't know if it's. I think it's just like a feel-good thing. I don't think it's a charitable thing or anything like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of artists are just keeping fresh and getting themselves out there, because it must be so weird. Like I always say, like, being an introvert, I'm totally happy with not ever, But people that they love that, they're they're artists. That's what. Feeds their soul. Must be killing you guys.
I'm going to go back to Susan. Speaking of live and virtual and doing stuff on the internet, Susan is a like we said, the spicy psychic she's known as. So Susan, are you doing FaceTime or internet connection phone
she
calls
must be
or
very
readings?
busy. Well,
Yeah,
I bet
I
you
would
she
think
does
she
it
is.
over the phone.
Yeah, I don't know if she does anything like that. That's what I was curious. And if so, she's probably
She
swamped.
does things over the phone like prior to all this. So because of people that aren't close by, I mean, she's pretty famous. I mean, people from it's not just Long Island that call her. So I think this is she's probably just doing more of that than one-on-one.
And is everybody asking you like when this is going to end? That would be my first question. When am I going back out to Governors?
Yeah.
Speaking of Governors, Joe Carletto is watching. Hello, Joe. All right, now the best news, I know we're kind of all over the place as we answer calls and stuff, but the best news that I've heard, like I said before, they're starting to rumble. They're starting to talk a little bit about reopening things. The numbers are starting to go down, at least in our neck of the woods. But also, the best news, baseball. Baseball, I said.
What?
Baseball
Are they
is
doing the Arizona
back.
thing?
No.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have an update on the Arizona thing. But what I did read, everything started in China, right, in that area of the world. And we keep looking over there. Okay, well, they shut down all their temporary hospitals. They're back to normal. So we keep thinking, all right, so now we'll eventually follow through with that.
China you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and in Taiwan, they played their first baseball game.
Were crowds there?
I do believe. I'm not positive of that. So if anybody has the info on that, let us know.
Wow.
But I'm pretty sure there were.
Wow.
So I am taking it that as a sign of things getting back to normal. Eventually, we'll get there. So I was just happy to see that some kind of baseball is back.
You have to be careful of this second, third wave that they're anticipating.
No.
All right.
Go outside and get back to normal.
You've definitely had a harder time with this than
You just can't worry about something that hasn't happened, and hope that they work out vaccine.
You do.
They'll have a vaccine ready, just like every other flu, and we don't have to worry about it. Because I want to go out and play.
Because you're sick of this. The Tony Walker sick of it speech, regardless of statistics or what's actually really happening moment.
I need people here in the club.
I know, you're having a hard time.
I need guests in the station.
I know. I'm sorry.
I need to go out.
You just have to meditate and relax.
Baseball!
Chill out.
Baseball!
The little animated baseball things didn't make you happy?
The animated baseball things.
Yeah, those little animated baseball things.
See, I need Mike O'Toole to translate that for me. You mean the
cartoon or whatever it is?
The CGI.
That's it.
Yeah, the MLB 20. That was cool. That's cool a little bit, but it's still not. It's not totally the same, obviously.
It would not do it for me.
And the fact that it's not real. Oh, that would be interesting if they actually did that. The MLB 20, it's a computer graphics thing where they're putting together, based on the current team's lineups and stats and stuff, they're actually putting together, games. It would be interesting if they actually use those games and then the season, like the real actual season, picks up from there, where they actually have to work off what was going on.
You know what I think they have to, and I haven't watched it, but I'm guessing that they haven't done this. I think what would be brilliant is if they added things like, the umpire takes it in the nuts with the baseball. Like, it's got to be things like that. Like one hitter who's kind of been a dick all last season, the pitcher throws it and hits him in the head. Like, they have to do stuff like that.
Well, I do. If I'm not mistaken, there was one game. There was a Met game where the Mets announcers, Gary Cohen, Ron Darling, and Keith Hernandez, three of the best, probably, in my opinion, the best announcing team ever, actually.
Yes.
So they did one where the three of them actually called the game. And I didn't watch the whole thing, but if I'm not mistaken, I do believe there was an injury in that game.
Oh, really?
Or maybe it wasn't even that game. I did hear about one of these CGI games. Somebody did get hurt.
Like,
going back,
do they mess up? Like, does the outfielder fall and miss the ball? Know. Like when the Mets are playing,
there has to be.
When the Mets are playing, are they running into walls?
Well, the Mets record was 3-10 or something like that. So yeah, believe me, it's very close to reality.
Yeah.
Robert Shapiro says there were no people in the stands at the Taiwan baseball game.
All right. Well,
but it's a start. It's a start. They're playing. And again, it's just a sign of good things to come.
So they're not going to do it anymore.
Robert Shapiro also says how he loves how the guy from the Huey Lewis tribute band called Back in Time was given Huey's part in the We Are the World thing.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
I'll be honest. That was one thing I didn't like about this We Are the World thing with all these Long Island musicians. I noticed that his name is Bob Weir. They had Bob Weir do the Huey part. They had this guy who forgive me, I don't recall his name, but he sounds like, you close your eyes, you'd think you're actually listening to Stevie Wonder. He did Stevie Wonder's part.
Oh, okay.
They had some guy, We Are the World, doing Springsteen's part. They had Mike Del Giudice, he's known for the Billy Joel stuff, but he also does a lot of Journey in his act. They had him sing the Steve Perry part. Even David Clark, who, is known for, Billy Joel, and Billy Joel is known that, he did a lot of his career. A huge influence on Billy Joel was Ray Charles. So they have David Clark doing Ray Charles' part.
So you didn't like that?
I didn't like that because that just shows, that Long Island is, nothing but tribute bands.
Yeah,
that
is true.
I didn't like how they enhanced that fact. I don't have a problem with tribute bands. I enjoy them. They all got to make a living somehow. I get it, but I don't like how Long Island's become known for that. I do feel it's oversaturated. Just, let anybody sing any, whatever part. As long as it's good, just, I didn't like that aspect of it.
I also think, I think Long Island is such a funny place. I would have been, I think they should have, gotten some comics together to like rewrite the song. Like I thought that would have been like funny. Like have like them, like all the singers do their part and sing, but have the words be different. That was like about coronavirus. I think that would have been funny.
Well, there's a lot of that going around too.
Not to be critical about it, because thank you for doing it.
Corona. There's a ton of those videos out. There's we didn't start the virus. There's a lot of those out there. Ann Brigada James is watching. Hello, Ann. Hello, Steve Birmingham. Hope you're doing well. Greg DiFilippo's watching. Hi, guys.
Ann was going to see Elio Pace's Mommy and Daddy over the weekend, and she said she was going to give them a hug for us.
Oh, is that right? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that. Now, wait a minute. Why is she able to go do that? Are they back to normal?
She felt like it.
But are they back to normal over there in England? That she's able to drive to somebody's house and not obey social distancing by being in their house and hugging them?
Maybe she was just going to wave at them and give them, like, hugs like this. I don't know. But she was going to see them and say hi for us.
Wow. Oh, that was nice of her. Super people.
Yes.
From We Are the World, I noticed a band named Bump City. Is that what is that?
Top tribute band.
Yeah, but he wrote capital T, lower O, capital P. Tribute band. I don't know. I'm sorry. Never heard of him. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, but that reminds me of, like, an Easter. One of the cool things that Tony did for Easter, because we didn't hide eggs, because, the kids are, like, 40,
yeah.
So we're like, all right, let's do something, like, different. So Tony made like a, what would you call it? A clue, trivia? Not trivia. What do you call it? What do you do?
All right. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what I would call it, but hello, Chris Thomas. Hello, Will L. Romero. I would call it. All right. So what I did was, because like Sallie said, our kids are older, so an egg hunt those days are gone.
And we're old, and we don't feel like doing it anymore. So we got them like small little.
Yeah,
things.
but I think they were up for doing something, and we still wanted to have some kind of excitement. I don't know. I wouldn't call it excitement, but. So what I did was I gave them all a list of questions, and some of the questions required they just had to answer it, or some of them they actually had to do something, or they had to go take care of something. But and I said to them, you have your questions, and in these questions are the clues to a small gift that we got them. Each kid got a small gift. Oh, Tower of Power. I'm sorry. Yeah, I do believe there is a Tower of Power tribute band here on Long Island, Ken. Robert Shapiro probably knows better than me. I'm not up on my Tower of Power, so I don't know much about them. Is Bump City the name of one of their songs or something? But I do believe there is a Tower of Power tribute band here on Long Island, so maybe it was. So each kid, there's 4 kids between the two of us, so each of them got a small gift. So the questions, somewhere in the questions, even though each question was unrelated, there was still something about them that told them what their gift is, and they had to figure it out, and then they would get the gift.
It was fun.
It was. I mean, it wasn't. Believe me, I made it, so it wasn't like smart.
It was fun.
Basically,
they had a good time.
Each question was typed in lowercase letters, but the start of one word was capitalized somewhere in the sentence. And if you took each capital letter, it spelled out their gift. And then once they figured that out, then we would say, okay, well, in the living room is your gift. In the bathroom is your gift, So, yeah, it was kind of fun. It took them a little longer to figure it out
than
I thought it would. And all right, so we're getting messages from Joe DeJesu. We're only in the middle of a show.
I know.
I'm going to tell him that.
We're in the middle of a show. Joe.
Let's see.
Hey, I made it right.
Hey, guys. So tonight, I use this Boxcast app. Yes, Joe. If you'd like to know more, I'll tell you when we're off the air.
That's funny.
Joe DeJesus was not in We Are the World.
I know. I thought that he should have been.
Oh, I got to file a complaint.
Yeah.
Bump City is a Tower of Power album title and song title. Oh, all right, thanks. They're good. I know they're good, but I just don't know them too well. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, I think I had a good time.
I was surprised Zach was the first to figure it out. My son, Zach. I was surprised he was the first to figure it out.
Really? I'm not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's he went through that whole magician phase. He likes stuff like that.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. They did a nice job. Hope you guys had a good Easter, had a good weekend.
So who's calling in tomorrow? Oh, David Clark.
David Clark is calling in tomorrow.
David Clark.
Eric Tartaglione on Thursday. Of course, you have Eric and Danielle on Wednesday. And I will definitely have somebody to call in on Friday. I'll work on that. Is it that time?
Yeah.
No, it is. All right. So it kind of is. I just quickly, before we get to the announcements and we sign off, because we started talking about Cuomo, we brought that up a couple of times.
Sure.
So I personally, and we've talked about it before, but I just, every time I check his website and or watch his press conference or just, I just think this guy is just nailing it. He's just done such a super, super job. And it's not a politics thing. It's not a, whether you like the guy or not. All that stuff is out the window.
I don't think I've ever heard you say, "Wow, I love Cuomo."
I've always been back and forth on him.
Yeah, you've been kind of in the middle.
But I try not to get too political either.
Yeah.
But I really. Oh, Bobby Inns is watching. Bobby Inns and Graz and Mike O'Toole and Rich Zerilli, those guys they did Limo Talk Thursday night. They did Quarantine Life Friday and Saturday. They've been kicking ass. So, watch out for those guys. Quarantine Life today. Either Steve Kaminsky from Steve Squared or me. Okay. So, so I saw that Governor Cuomo, he even made the cover of Rolling Stone.
Oh, wow.
So even they think he's a rock star.
Nice.
So I just want to quickly read out loud a couple of things. If I could speak, I'll be glad to tell you. Ken Pichelle is going to file the complaint about Joe DeJesus and J.D. Leonard and Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea, sure. Chelsea Takami. Yeah, right. Lots of good people missing. Okay, so Governor Cuomo sent a letter to the U.S. Treasury to ensure that New Yorkers' stimulus checks do not get frozen or seized by creditors. I thought that was huge. An additional $200 million in emergency food assistance will be available for low-income households enrolled in SNAP. More testing facilities are opening downstate, primarily in minority communities. Because especially, I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but I know here on Long Island, a lot of the minority communities are getting hit. They're getting slammed.
They got hit first.
Slammed.
Yeah.
$600 in additional weekly unemployment benefits will be made available to all New Yorkers, and the period covered by unemployment benefits is being extended for another 13 weeks for a total of 39 weeks. And then, like I said before, even some ventilators have been returned. I just think he's on it, man, and he's taking good care of us, making this a little bit easier. Again, the financial struggle is probably the main thing on everybody's mind. So I just wanted to just say what a great job he's doing. Anthony Fresona. Oh, man, I always mess up his name. Great guy, though. Hello, Kenny Shevlin. Hello, Dana McAllister. When the studio's up and running, Anthony, we got to get you back in there to play some of your tunes again. I had a good time that day he was in here. Remember, Anthony?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And then Carrie Kravis grabbed him and threw him into the club to play some songs.
Yeah, really nice guy, too.
That was fun. All right, so we're going to head out of here. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you stay safe with the virus and in this crazy weather today if you're in our area of the world. We'll be back tomorrow with David Clark of Songs in the Attic and the Lords of 52nd Street. Today is Monday, Quarantine Life at 2 o'clock. Steve Squared tonight at 6:30. The Wirt Show is... Oh, no, I'm sorry, not the Wirt. Jam. Jam returns tonight with Joe DeJesu. Then tomorrow, we're back at 11. Quarantine Life is back on tomorrow afternoon. Georgia from Soul Space is hosting it. And then tomorrow night, I think, do we have something on tomorrow night? I think we just... Oh, no. Okay, that's different. So there you go. All right, so keep it locked at govsradio.com. We've been throwing up, videos sporadically on the page, on the Facebook page, just to keep you entertained, to keep you laughing. So keep tuned in with govsradio.com. Don't forget the Teespring. Oh, that's what I'm going to mention really quick. The Teespring, we talked about it last week. We've been playing that Teespring commercial. I forgot to even tell you this. We've been playing our Teespring commercial. And then last week, or maybe it was the week before, we talked about how somebody named Patty Mayo has been claiming rights to that commercial. Now, that commercial was made by Don Sill, the fantastic Don Sill, host of Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up, who had a great show on Saturday, by the way. Don made the video. All the graphics were his. He put them all together. The music that plays in this commercial is owned by Don. So this thing is completely Don's. So we have his permission to use it. So we asked, I think, a week or two ago, who this Patty Mayo is, and it was Greg DiFilippo said that. Yeah, sorry, Felix. Felix had a great quarantine life too. Greg DiFilippo pointed out that Patty Mayo is a famous YouTuber. So we were trying to figure out if it was the same Patty Mayo that was claiming claiming rights to this commercial, which we weren't able to completely figure out, but we do think it's the same guy because he used to advertise his merchandise on Teespring, like we do. Mugs, hats, cups, all sorts of good stuff for Govs Radio on teespring.com. So I thought it was him, okay? I'm trying to, but I couldn't really figure out for sure. I had nothing, couldn't really figure it out for sure. So what I did was I then sorry, Felix. Okay, yeah, I do see that. Sorry, I'll get to that. So I did put in a dispute because you can, they tell you so and so has put in a claim to as having rights to your video. You can dispute it, or you can just say okay, and he gets credit. So we've been doing that because we didn't want to go in Facebook jail. We didn't want to have any problems. But this time I disputed it. I think it was for Friday's show. Thursday or for our show this past Thursday or Friday. So I disputed it. Sure enough, comes back saying Patty Mayo has released his claim for that show.
Oh, good.
Because of your dispute. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch.
Nice.
So I just might start disputing it every time. Take that, Patty Mayo. But I'm still going to investigate a little bit.
Actually, thank you, Patty Mayo.
And maybe we can get this guy on the show.
For not yelling at us.
Maybe we get this guy on the show to tell us what the hell's going on. Okay, lastly, because Felix reminded me, and my apologies, Felix, for forgetting to mention it sooner. And Felix, put it in the comments. I forget what it's called now. Felix of Let's Eat Long Island, he hasn't been able to do Let's Eat Long Island here at govsradio.com, which is normally on Thursdays. He hasn't been able to do his show because his show relies heavily on being in the studio with his guests and their food and promoting whatever it is they're doing. So it was just too hard. He obviously can't come in here. His guests can't come in here. So Let's Eat Long Island is on hiatus. But starting tomorrow, COVID-19 Iron Chef is the name of the show with Chef Felix. Chef Felix returns, but he's returning tomorrow, not Thursdays when Let's Eat Long Island is on. He's returning tomorrow. It's going to be every Tuesday at 12:30. The COVID-19 Iron Chef, Felix, he'll be going live from his house, and he's just going to talk about recipes and just talk about food, and he's hoping you guys will watch and comment and ask him questions and maybe share some of your recipes and just talk about it. I believe that's how the show is going to run.
Cool.
So, and there you go. And Ken Pichelle is commenting with all the Gov swag. Ken Pichelle, our lovely sales ad person. And there's the face. Shut up. It has shut up written all over it. Everybody have a